This episode is brought to you by Squatching.com and made possible by listeners like you. Make sure to check us out on Venmo at Bigfoot UFO. We're back. All things unexplained. We've got Twisted Teachers with us. CJ's back. Smitty's gone again. We're a top 25 Science Charts podcast. We've been nominated for a People's Choice Podcast Award. Here's Larry.
All Things Unexplained. Hosted by Dr. Mounts.
Let's face it, we were always ready to roll without him anyway.
CJ Derringer.
Ain't nobody perfect, right?
And Smitty Neves.
I've never planned out hardly anything my whole life. I just freeball.
Featuring Cajun Man.
I'm just old nobody, somebody looking for somebody.
Hello, everybody. This is CJ Derringer. Welcome, all of our unexplained ones out there that are listening in wherever you may be. We are so fortunate to have the Twisted Teachers podcast hosts, Kim and Jen, joining us this evening. They have foregone their movie tickets that they were given today and expire today to join us to talk about movies. And let me tell you, it is Teacher Appreciation Week. If you forgot, you better send your teacher a gift card right now because nobody works harder than teachers. That's for sure. Myself and Tim, educators. I'm a former educator. Kim and Jen in the same boat. And we know for sure that teachers work really hard. And there's only one thing that teachers like more than alcohol and happy hour and donuts in the workroom, and that is summer vacation. With that on the horizon for everybody, we wanted to talk about summer movies and teacher movies and movies that make us laugh. But before we do, Kim and Jen, tell us a little bit about your podcast, Twisted Teachers.
Jen, do you want me to?
Okay. Kim? Yeah, I don't know. You're like you?
Yeah, well,
Team teaching.
You're really good at explaining.
We're about a year old. We started May 12th, and Jen and I don't live in the same state, but we worked together, I don't know how many years ago, and we became fast friends at the school. We have daughters the same age who were really tiny at the time and who are now 20, or almost 20. And I knew that the only person I would do a podcast with would be Jen because we have the same humor, same understanding about things. She was my mentor. She was the first person to help me. I came into teaching as a second career. I was a personal trainer teacher. I don't know the connection still. I can't figure that out. And then Jen, actually, we've said this on the podcast, she left the first school we were at, and then she helped me with my resume for some reason, and then forwarded it to another school. I had this random call from a principal saying, "We'd love to hire you." Like, who are you?
That was not an interview. I obviously did a great job helping you with your resume.
Yes.
I did have well, they said that they wanted, I was referred by you, and I had no idea, and then we went in, and I did have an interview, but I really wanted a podcast because as an instructional coach, I wanted to kind of get the voice of teachers, reality of education. And I had started with somebody in the county who really wanted to censor anything that wasn't, Mary Poppins sugar-coated unicorn stories. And a lot of teachers are teachers because they didn't have good teachers. A lot of them are teachers because they had good teachers. So, and I wanted humor. A lot of the education podcasts are very political. Some just are polarized, and I just thought we would just lend a voice to some people who needed to hear it, and we've done that. So we're on episode 92 already. I'm not even sure how that's possible.
That's awesome.
So we've had a lot of fun.
Well, we are counting down our favorite summer things on the screen. It might be movies, it might be television shows. But we're going to dive right into it with number 5. I'm going to let our guests go first tonight. Twisted Teachers, Kim and Jen. Y'all give me a good list here. Was there one you wanted to be number 5 for you?
Oh, number 5.
Pick one. I'm fine.
Carrie?
Carrie. Let's do it. Number 5. I honestly thought that would be number one. Here's a little
It's the
clip.
night of the senior prom.
This
The
all
Bates
take you
High
back.
School gym is alive with excitement. Everybody is there, even Carrie White,
Yikes.
the girl no one likes.
We're
Oh.
all sorry about this incident, Cassie.
It's Carrie!
This is a classic trailer right here.
And everyone makes fun of her.
That's so sad.
The girl who lives in that creepy house
It was really just
with
old and
her
run
crazy
down.
mother.
And she was messed up.
Any woman see the sin of her days and ways. Show her that if she had remained sinless, the curse of blood would never have come on her.
The girl
Oh, what a-
with the strange power.
If I concentrate hard enough, I can move things.
But tonight, no one will laugh at Carrie.
If you don't have a date for the prom next Friday, would you like to go with me?
She's with the best-looking boy in the senior class.
He's trying to trick me.
She'll be voted queen of the prom.
What
You know,
could
I
go
can
wrong?
make sure that you don't hurt Carrie White anymore.
For Carrie, it will be a dream come true. For everyone else, it will be a nightmare.
Welcome to Enchantment Under the Sea.
A new film by Brian De Palma,
This is the longest trailer ever.
I know, but you gotta hear who it
based on the
introduces
chilling bestseller,
in their first
How
role.
long trailers used to be when movies were made? Goodness.
starring Sissy Spacek, Piper Laurie, and introducing John Travolta in his first motion picture role.
No way! I didn't know John.
Who remembers
Travolta
that?
was in this.
I didn't remember that either.
Yeah, John Travolta.
I hope. I'm not second guessing. After hearing that, tonight is actually prom, and I don't have to go to prom because I worked homecoming. So, yeah, Carrie, that movie is so disturbing, and you know it speaks to, of course, bullying and everything like that. But I think the scene that we all know is the pig blood or whatever that comes from the ceiling of the theater, and the bad parenting, and just
Yes.
oh my goodness, the things that should never happen in high school all happen in this movie.
They
Every
really
single
do.
one of them.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? On my 16th birthday, I took a camping trip with all of my friends, and we stayed, I guess it wasn't truly a camping trip, at my aunt's house, and we all slept in tents in the backyard, so we count that as camping. And my two aunts and my mom were like, you all have to watch Carrie. It's your 16th birthday. You
What is
have to
wrong with
watch
them?
Carrie. So none of us had ever seen it, and we all sat there looking at my mom and her sisters like, what kind of crazies are you? And I think they were watching it and looking at us going, yeah, this was a terrible idea. Why did we have them watch this movie?
Was that Aunt
Did you
Lisa?
sleep
Lisa?
in the tent?
Yeah.
Did you actually do it?
Everybody slept in tents, yeah.
I think I'd have been out.
That's like my friend told me Deliverance was a whitewater rafting movie. And I watched it with my mother, not having seen it, and I'm so regretful for that.
You got some
And
pretty
she's
teeth,
still my
boy.
friend. I bring it up to her. Yep. It's not a whitewater rafting movie, just so you know.
Stand down, bow, bow.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's not. You know what's interesting about Carrie? You know, she says, "I can move things with my mind, Ma." And you know, if that happened today in a movie, she'd be an Avenger or an X-Man.
Right.
Right.
Her powers would be appreciated.
Yes, they totally would. I mean, she would rock. That would be great.
Oh yeah.
Well, I love Carrie.
There was a remake of it, but I'm not sure I saw. But I've seen Carrie way too many times that I don't know. It's just so sad and disturbing, and nobody's helping her. It's just like we need some PBIS up in there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely some good lessons. And Stephen King. I mean, come on. What can go wrong with Stephen King? So,
Nothing.
nope,
Nothing.
not at all. Well, CJ, what's your number 5?
Okay, my number 5 is the movie Never Been Kissed.
Never
I don't know if
been.
You guys have seen it, but the teacher in that movie.
Is the seat taken?
I will have to say, I'm gonna let y'all have to discuss this because I've never been seeing it.
This trailer gives nothing away about the movie.
Well, I'll tell you something here. I hope this doesn't undermine my position as an authority figure, but I'm a little afraid of heights.
I thought it was a little creepy.
Well, actually, it's the
he was creepy?
plunging headfirst
clip.
into the crowd part that kind of.
I don't know what this.
Gordie Howe helmet on, you'd feel better.
Yeah,
All right, why don't you let me talk about it? Turn the clip off. It's not
Remember everything.
So in this movie, there were so many things that happened that, when I was in high school, I was very much I just did what I needed to do, right? I just got through. I got good grades. I played sports, whatever. And the girl in this movie is played by Drew Barrymore, and her name is Josie. And she now writes for a newspaper. She's graduated from high school. She's graduated from college, and she writes for a newspaper. Somebody to go undercover as a high school student and go back to high school. And she's so excited to have her first big story. But she gets reminded that when she was in high school, everybody called her Josie Grossi. Like, would just chant when she'd come down the hall, Josie, Grossi, Josie. And she was such a nerd, as you would call it, what have you. And just, had a terrible high school experience. Well, suddenly she goes back with a little bit more knowledge about life, and suddenly being nerdy is cool. She gets to be part of the cool crowd, and that all sort of unravels. But she ends up falling for the teacher. The teacher has feelings for her, not knowing that she's not a high school student. It's just great. It's a great movie. I loved it.
There's so many layers there.
So
That is
many.
a lot of layers.
It's kind of a modern day. I love Drew Barrymore. Anything she does is awesome.
Yes.
But so what is the never been kissed part? I haven't seen the movie. Has she
So
never been
she's
kissed?
never been
up to that
kissed. She's
point?
never ever been kissed. She's always just been this very reclusive girl who loves to read and loves to write and what have you. And they just end up at this baseball stadium, and he now knows that she's not a student, and all of the people are cheering for her, and they kiss on the baseball field. So I think that's part of it.
Well, I can guarantee that someone not being kissed in high school at this point in time would be an anomaly of the century.
Oh my gosh.
Because they're
For sure.
every corner, wherever they can find a spot.
They're just macking, huh?
No. Mm-hmm. Yep. No, I haven't seen the movie. I'm surprised I haven't seen that because I usually see everything with Drew Barrymore. So
Interestingly,
I'm gonna see it.
I feel like in a lot of states now, it's illegal to register or go to school and pretend that you're of school age and not be. Maybe I'm wrong.
I know,
about
but it
that.
makes for the best movies. 21 Jump Street. Am I right? That was a good one.
Yeah, but
It
they were
should be
police
illegal
though.
if-
They were going undercover. That's what
That's true. Well, there's that.
Okay, so there's certain things that you think are going to be like a part of your life a lot more than they are, like quicksand. That's one of those things that you think is going to be a problem. And then like narcs. Like I used to think that there were people at school, like in the movies and in the television shows, that were not really high school kids. So maybe there were, but I really don't know of any.
All right, my number 5 just happened to be the first movie I ever saw. I saw it in a theater, the Joy Theater in Pontotoc, Mississippi. I'd never forget, and I feel like I have very few early childhood memories. And my son is now 8, just turned 8, and I saw this when I was 7. This is one of my only memories, but I remember the people were lined up around the courthouse square, waiting to see this movie. And now that I watched it, I'm wondering, like, should I watch my son watch this? But as I watch it again as an adult, I'm like, no, I don't think so. It's got a lot of inappropriate parts in it. Actually, it's kind of scary. What were my parents thinking? But E.T., the extraterrestrial.
Yes. Oh, I didn't even think about that one.
My first movie.
For some reason, I thought you were going to say Kindergarten Cop.
Kindergarten Cop.
He's lost.
How young do you think I am?
He's alone.
I guess that would be
And he's
me when I
3
was a kid.
million light years from home.
Was that your first movie in the theater, Kindergarten
in
Cop?
spring 2002, only in theaters.
There's that movie. There's that
Steven
music.
Spielberg's masterpiece.
So here's the trivia question. What was E.T.'s favorite candy?
M&M's. Peanut butter M&M's.
Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
Yes, Reese's Pieces. I never really liked Reese's Pieces though, but
No, they're not my favorite. I'd much rather have a peanut butter cup any day of the week than the little
Or peanut
Reese's
M&Ms.
Pieces.
oh yeah,
Oh
Might
yeah,
as well just
way
go
better.
for it and just not pretend.
I felt like they were the bootlegged peanut M&Ms. I mean, let's get real.
They were.
They're not very good. You need the crunch of the actual peanut, not the peanut butter flavor, right? That's what I think.
Oh
yeah, because they really didn't taste like peanut butter either.
Mm-mm.
No.
It's kind of like those circus peanuts
Oh gosh.
that don't taste like
Yeah, what do those
orange
taste like?
banana. I think it's banana.
I don't know.
Please
They're
make the
orange in
flavor.
color.
I think they
But
taste
they're
like
banana flavored, I think.
orange number 3 food dye, whatever
Yeah.
that is.
The precursor to all the
Yum.
ADHD in the country. Yes. I don't know why I thought of circus peanuts. Sorry.
No, that's a good analogy.
I will derail you. I'm sorry. Let's get back.
Some good chemistry going on here in my candy.
That's my brain.
So why did you pick E.T. for a teacher movie?
For a what? For a
For a teacher movie.
So I actually looked it up, and I mean, it is on one of my top movie lists anyway, but I actually Googled a summer movie list, and it literally said no summer movie list could be complete without E.T. I'm like,
Okay, so it's nothing to do with teaching. It's just summer. It's a fun movie to watch in
It
the
sounds
summer.
like you were brainwashed.
Yeah, that's right.
I get it.
Because the kids in the movie went to school at some point.
And
Absolutely.
then they didn't, and it was summer.
They did.
See, I'm thinking more summer. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
They at some point went to school. So it is a school. We can make it stretch.
My only memory of E.T. I don't know that I've ever seen the movie, but growing up, we lived very near Universal Studios. So we'd go to Universal Studios all the time, and I will never forget the first time that I rode the E.T. ride at Universal Studios, because you feel like you're on a bicycle, and suddenly the bicycle is like going up into outer space. And I was a kid, I was just like, oh my gosh, we're floating on a bicycle. This is the greatest thing ever.
Does sound pretty fun.
It's so cool.
And then E.T.'s like there pointing at you.
It's a stressful movie.
It is.
That hiding him in the closet, and of course, here's Drew Barrymore, of course, the cutest thing in the world in that movie, and hiding it from the mom, and how the mom didn't know there was something in the closet. I mean, there is a lot of holes in that movie. Just like you would know that there's an alien in the stuffed animals, like, and then the whole race to save him, and that it was very stressful for me. E.T. was.
Just to defend the mom, how many kids did she have, out of curiosity? Because there's a lot of things that get by me these days.
3, I think.
Yeah,
I think 3.
they could hide an
think
alien.
3.
They could do it.
I'm pretty sure every movie and television show in the 80s involved 3 kids, so it was like a standard rule.
So E.T. got drunk in that movie, right? He got into the beer.
Yeah.
Am I right?
You are
Or did
right.
I make that up?
No, you're right.
Yes.
I
I think it.
Not that
I think it was Slits
PBR?
too. I think it was Slits. It was either Slits or Colt 45.
Schlitz. Can we please look up what beer
yeah,
he
I'm
was
on it.
drinking?
So
All
here's
right, Jen's
my
up.
question. Did any of you watch Stranger Things? Any of you watch Stranger Things? Because I get massive E.T. vibes from Stranger Things sometimes. Yeah.
I started. It was
Oh, yeah.
too intense.
There are. E.T. never had to go to the Upside Down though, but E.T. did have some scary parts. You know, it's like the Men in Black coming after him, and you know the kids are cursing, and and of course that's very Stranger Things vibes there too. But like I said, now I'm thinking, man, I saw it when I was 7. My son is now 8. I still don't want him to watch it.
Is that right? You were 7 when it came out?
That's right.
Wow.
What year?
19. Wait, maybe
I think you were older.
No, 1982. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
okay.
it came out
Yeah.
in 82.
It did. 82.
It came out in the summer, I'm pretty sure, but a lot of the movie happened at Halloween, so some people may confuse it with coming out at Halloween. Because, you know, they go trick-or-treating and stuff.
Yeah.
And
June
that's
11th,
a major...
1982.
Yep, there you go. And my birthday is on Halloween, so I would have not turned 8 just yet in 82.
You're full on Scorpio too. Interesting. Now I was in 8th grade when that movie came out, so that's how old I am. So
I was in 5th.
Jen, did you figure out what alcohol it was?
Yeah, it was Coors.
Oh, boom.
Really?
Schlitz would have been
Now
so much
there's a
funnier.
great trivia question, right? Like,
That is a
okay,
great
one thing to know that he did the oh, I can't remember the Reese's Pieces, but it's a whole nother level to know that E.T. got drunk on Coors.
Yeah.
We need an episode named E.T. Got Drunk on Coors.
That's
coming up.
But you also got to note that meant before E.T., it was because she was a single mom. It was single mom getting drunk on Coors.
Well,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
She was a single. You know what? She was a single mom. That's true. And who's that? I love that actress.
yeah, or whatever she was doing with the
Yeah,
Coors.
she had a whole fridge full of
Yes.
Coors as a single mom. So, and I know she counted it. She probably knew that somebody had been drinking it, and all the kids were like under 6.
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening over here?
Right, that's the only way she knew there was an alien in the house. Somebody had been drinking our Coors.
Yeah, I only remember them eating 2 things the whole movie: pizza and Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, they eat pizza.
Yeah, and beer.
Yeah, they didn't use plates. I think they were just at the table with the pizza boxes. Or I'm just making that up. I don't know.
How'd they get the pizza?
Sounds like my house.
The mom ordered it. They went to the store and got it.
No, I think somebody brought it on their bike.
Well,
The whole movie, there's not even a vehicle. Everybody's on bikes. Whole movie.
Okay, that is so unrealistic for everybody to be riding bikes everywhere. It's not okay.
Come on, Steven Spielberg. Get with it.
I don't know why people ride bikes like that. It's not a real thing. I'm learning how to ride a bike again, so I'm a little sensitive.
All right, Kim, do you have movie number 4 for you and I? Because,
I don't know if you know this one. This one I love and I hate. Freedom Riders.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
With Hilary Swank, who was married to Patrick Dempsey.
he's like, I don't have a clip for that.
Okay,
Pull that out of your actual butt.
There's no clip of
I did
this.
it somewhere. I'm sorry.
No, you did not tell him earlier.
I've sent 16 messages on the 4 accounts I have, and I'm sure it was on
No,
one
it's
of them.
good. I actually have Freedom Riders
fine.
as an
You know,
honorable
that's-
mention, and it was going to definitely get like a 2-second blurb at some point.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to know what it was about.
I'm so
I actually looked it up, and here's what I gathered: Freedom Riders, poor people, school. They learn how to write. That's what I got.
I feel like it's like, if I had to guess, because I don't know what it's about, because I don't know movies, I feel like it's like a biography of Harriet Tubman's life. Like I've got
Maybe.
Hilary Swank is a teacher in like a very rough area.
It's actually a good
And she
movie.
has
I have a
this
love-hate
vision of being this
relationship with it,
amazing
too.
teacher, and all the kids hate her, and she's like, does all the it would probably be seen as a little inappropriate right now as far as the status and where she was. But her husband Patrick Dempsey leaves her, and then she quits teaching after she does all these great things in the classroom because it's a true story. And I remember being so pissed when I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to go and teach kids how to read and teach the high school kids how to read. And then she quits because it was too hard. So I don't know if that should even be on my list that I didn't.
Guess
send, or
what?
did
I
send.
quit because it was too hard, or I just didn't want to do it anymore. I think is more like it.
But it is a real look at teaching sometimes, right? We all get into it with that dream of I'm going to go in there and change people's lives. I'm going to help the kids that need it the most. I am going to, get through to these children that maybe don't think that they can relate to me whatsoever. And then you get in there and you go, oh my gosh, these people don't like me. They have zero interest in doing this. In fact, they hate me. They are putting their feet up while I'm trying to teach. They've got their hands behind their head. They're throwing crap at me half the time. Like, it's not easy. And you're lucky if you get through to one of those kids. So it's kind of true.
And they're hiding their AirPods. I feel badly now that you don't have the. I'm sorry, but it is good. I wouldn't like suggest it for a new teacher because she quits and her husband leaves her. So that's not a good look for first year teaching.
Yeah, maybe not.
But there's a lot of good moments in it. There's a lot of good teachable moments. There's a lot of, of her struggling to try to make connections to the kids and her failing, and then she does it. So there's a lot of good parts to the movie that I like. But when I read the story behind it, that the teacher actually isn't there anymore, I was like, why write a movie then? So that's our number 4 that you didn't know about, or Tim didn't know about.
That's okay. I thought you were gonna say a different movie. You also told me another movie. It was from the 80s. I'd heard of it.
Heathers?
I had no idea what it was about, but it was so disturbing.
Well, I didn't want to go from Terry to
How did
Heather
you know?
because that's so.
Okay, that makes sense. That would have made people question
They already
question
knew
some things.
Oh my God, Heathers.
Well,
I'll make that
that's a
number
good.
3.
That's
circle back.
Okay, no problem. Number 4, you had. That was a good one. We'll save Heather's. CJ, what was your number 4?
My number 4 is School of Rock with Jack Black.
All right.
I love this movie so much. I just think it's really fun. I think that it's hysterical. Oh yeah.
If he doesn't come up with the rent by the end of the week, he's out of here.
You wake me up for that? Come on!
Dewey Finn would have sold his soul for rock and roll.
So
but
what I
nobody
love about
was
this movie
buying.
is that he goes in there, doesn't care about the rules, and just does what every teacher wants to do. Like, they want to inspire and teach their kids, and who cares about the standards, and who cares about all the other things? Like, let me do what I do best. And he got those kids rocking out by the end of the movie, and obviously it's not realistic or practical in any way whatsoever, but so fun. Such good music and great comedy. Good fun movie.
It is.
This is Ned Schneebly.
Jack Black, though, I mean, he's always funny.
Oh, he's hysterical. And I wonder, did his band, he has a band, Tenacious D, did that happen before or after School of Rock?
Here's what I want to know. Is Tenacious D a real band?
That's another good trivia question.
Yeah, it is. They go on tour. Yes. My brothers-in-law have seen them live.
I've seen some videos of Tenacious D on Facebook, and I'm like,
I don't think they're your style of music.
but it was funny.
But I do think that Jack Black can really sing.
I think so.
Yeah, he's quite talented. They were
so.
formed
Yes.
in 1994. So that's before that movie.
Well, I've got to go back to summer for my number 4.
Oh, I can't wait.
And to me, it is basically synonymous with the summer blockbuster. I may be wrong, but I feel like it was the first summer blockbuster. It kind of started that trend of, okay, it's summer, it's time for a giant movie. I'm talking super long, special effects from start to finish, explosions, you name it. This is my number 4. I watch it every time it's on TV. I just think it's great. It also ties right into our podcast. Maybe it was an influence. Who knows? Here's a little clip.
Good morning. In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world. And you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind.
Yes.
Mankind, that
Influence on
word
you
should
too.
have new meaning for all of us today.
Love this movie.
We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore.
That's right. Politically
We will
correct
be
too.
united in our common interest.
Destroying
Perhaps
other races.
it's fate that today is the 4th of July.
I mean species, not races.
And you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution,
Annihilation.
but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live,
Let's
to
do
exist.
this.
And should we win the day,
And we've got angry Will
The
Smith on our
4th of
side.
July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate
here we go.
our Independence Day.
School's out, baby. Bring home summer.
What a speech.
That was my Independence Day. Last day of school. Exams are over. It really is. I love it. I can quote so many of the lines.
What a great
from
movie.
That movie. Like I said, it had, a young, angry Will Smith in there. As opposed to the...
As opposed to the old angry Will Smith. I'm sorry, it was just right there.
Well, you remember, ironically, what did he do when he met an
Low-hanging
extraterrestrial
fruit, right?
for the first time? Right in the face. Like, it wasn't even a punch. It was like,
Oh gosh,
whack.
he punched it in the face.
He was already practicing. Take that, Chris Rock. I mean, weird alien dude.
Aw.
Smack.
He's on a sabbatical now, so he's finding himself again.
Oh, Will Smith is, or Chris Rock?
Yeah. I don't know. No, Will Smith.
The alien.
Or the
Maybe
alien.
the alien. Drunk on Coors with Will Smith. That would make more sense than anything else going on in the world right now.
Oh, right. And didn't she wear the...
It sure would.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on Kim Kardashian and Marilyn Monroe's
Independence
hair
Day?
look. That's just freaking me out. I'm gonna be honest that I don't know what that movie is. I don't know what the movie is that you just played.
Oh, Independence Day.
Oh,
it's Independence Day. The alien
Yes, now I
movie with
know.
all the spaceships.
How is that a school
and-
movie? Is it?
It's not. Tim does this. He comes up with these ideas. He's like,
or any
here's what
movie
we're
you
going
watch
to do.
at night
We're going to talk about
because
school teacher
you're not
movies.
at
And then he
school with
comes on and he's
teachers.
like,
I
when
really
I
thought
said
you were
school
like-
and teacher, I meant like when you're not at school or with teachers during the summer. We're going to talk about summer blockbusters.
So now I have kindergarten pop.
Right. Yeah. And we're all like, so we were going by the book here. We just did what you told us to do, and now.
Well,
we don't know
everybody in
what
the
we're
movie
doing.
has been to school at some point.
To be fair, the name of the show said Top Summer Break Teacher Movies / TV shows. I covered my bases. Now that's a
It's
teacher
your
right
show.
there.
You can do whatever you want. I'm just trying to make a connection to Independence Day. I can do a complete.
What are the odds that all three of us came up with teacher movies, but somehow
There was
that
the
was not
whole
the
moral
theme.
problem that the male teacher was facing when he found himself attracted to the girl that wasn't really.
No. But
Yes.
did you really? So we're not
About the
finished with the
teacher.
countdown.
It's
And
Okay.
Never Been Kissed. Is that really a teacher movie?
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely. And
that's
if
a little
you were like
loosely
a
def-
young teenage girl watching that movie and you saw that
Kim loves
teacher,
allegories.
it's a movie about a teacher. Let me just tell you.
Maybe so.
I mean,
Drew Barrymore
Independence
who?
Day could be an allegory for what's happening in education right now. Like, we're having a fight.
There you go.
Smitty literally
He
has
said that
shown
was
Independence Day
derision.
in his class. This I know for a
Well, I mean,
fact. That
like,
makes it a teacher
probably-
movie.
To teacher movies? So following that logic,
The person who
Karate
wrote
Kid
it
would
has
be a
been to
good pick,
school
right?
before.
Like, it's got a kid in
And
it.
it is a
who
good
went to
movie. I just
school,
wasn't connecting
And
it.
Mr. Miyagi taught him karate.
Absolutely.
Well, that one at least has somebody who's teaching something.
Wax on. Wax off.
Mr. Miyagi is a teacher of sorts.
Yes, he is. All right, Kim. What was the number? 3, Heather.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is again. Yeah, is that? Are you okay with that?
We're going
Damn it,
twisted
no,
again.
right.
I'm okay with that. I do have a clip of that.
Next time on All Things Unexplained.
You're a piranha? Okay.
They all want me as a friend or a You blow it tonight, girl. And it's keggers with kids all
They are
next
in
year.
school.
Oh boy. This is a family-friendly show.
Have you ever seen Heather, CJ?
Chandler's
What is happening?
deserves to die.
I couldn't tone this down. There was no way.
I'm a
We're
no
gonna have to
filled up man
bleep some of
myself.
this out when we turn this into a podcast.
So him was where the twisted part of twisted teachers obviously came from.
You can do Heather's handwriting as well as your own, right?
I must say I was impressed to see that she made proper use of the word million.
Oh, there's where it comes in.
Fair. Sorry to hear about your friend. Thought she was your usual airhead.
Sorry for
I prayed for the death of Heather Chandler many times.
Whoops.
And I felt
Hold
bad
on.
every time I did it, but I kept doing it anyway. Now I know you understood
The
everything.
sensor is late. I got a
Praise
beat button
Jesus.
somewhere.
Hallelujah.
I can't
I've
find
cut
it.
off Heather Chandler's head, and Heather Duke's head is sprouted back in its place.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe I've never seen this one.
You've been listening to All Things Unexplained. If you liked this podcast, please do give us a 5-star rating and leave us a review. If you would like to hear more All Things Unexplained, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to your podcasts. Our show depends on the support of listeners like you. Find us on Venmo under the business accounts. Just look for @Bigfoot UFO. Additionally, you can support us at buymeacoffee.com/unexplained. If you can't get enough of us, go ahead and check us out at allthings-unexplained.com. A special thanks to our producer, director, sound mixer, editor, and the man who wears far too many hats. No, seriously, he wears a lot of hats, Dr. Tim Mounts. Without you, we couldn't keep the lights on. Thanks for listening to All Things Unexplained.